everyone, I'm Simon Harris and welcome to the third episode of my programmatic vlog. Today, for a change, I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and I've come to Unruly's HQ in London to talk to Paul Gubbins about his new role with the business, programmatic video, and how Unruly can offer a brand-safe alternative to buys on YouTube and an alternative to the Google and Facebook duopoly. So tell me a little bit about Unruly's current self-serve offering and the unique data and media that you guys bring to the table.
Great question. So Unruly X is a marketplace that we've built, and that marketplace at the moment has some of the largest publishers in the world, outstream formats that our agency partners and agency trading desks and programmatic buying units can buy from in a programmatic way. They can do that through a number of different DSPs that we're connected to. And within that we have scaled, brand safe, highly viewable alternatives to lots of the social user generated video content that's currently available to the buy side.
Cool, makes a lot of sense. And any exclusives from a media perspective in there?
Absolutely. So you may have recently seen some PR that we pushed out referring to our verified marketplace. So that includes publishers such as The Telegraph, News UK, The Guardian, and we look after their outstream formats exclusively. So if any agencies or DSPs want to access that in a programmatic way, they have to put in their demand at Unruly X.
Who do you guys see as your competitors? The paid social, so the Facebooks, YouTubes of the world, or is it outstream vendors like Teads?
Great question. I think we're in a fairly unique position at the moment due to the relationships that we have with premium publishers. We look after their outstream formats on an exclusive basis. So if our agency partners want to access premium, scaled, in-view outstream assets, they have to plug into Unruly X. So although we compete with the usual suspects, right, for ad budgets, for those particular formats, nobody else actually has them at the moment. So we're fairly uniquely positioned in that kind of respect.
So we've already talked about scale. Within this, one of the biggest challenges that I find when we're buying video in an auction is viewability. How does Unruly X go about addressing this?
Well, we're in a fairly privileged position. I mean, when you look at in-stream versus outstream, by the nature of outstream, it's a highly viewable format, as the ad isn't in view until the format's actually loaded. But that doesn't mean we have to rest on our laurels. We do work with all of the third-party vendors to make sure that the campaigns that we deliver for our buy-side partners are actually in view, and they're audited by third parties such as Moat or IAS.
Cool, makes sense. So brand safety challenges that both Facebook and YouTube have experienced over the last 12 months are well documented.
Yeah.
Talk me through how Unruly deal with some of the challenges of hard news.
Well, we work with some of the largest news publishers in the world, certainly within Unruly X and also the verified marketplace. And you raise a really good point, right? There are a lot of horrors going on around the world at the moment, and it's the job of the publishers that we work with to report the news. But some of that context isn't always in demand from the advertisers we represent. So we work with a number of third-party partners to help us mitigate against particular keywords and ads being served within that environment. And the direct relationships that we have with our publishers also enables us to work with them at the ad server level or the page level to strip out some of those kind of keywords. So we do everything within our power, and we effectively work with everybody that we can to make sure that we offer a viable product and offering to our buy-side partners when they want us to activate those levers around particular keywords.
So as with display, fraud in video is a challenge if it's not managed correctly. Talk me through the measures that Unruly X have put in place to mitigate this risk.
Well, first of all, we're firm believers in having direct relationships with all of the publishers that we work with on Unruly X. We've been massive advocates in market around the ads.txt initiative from the IAB Tech Lab. So you will see that we are listed in our publishers' files. Our buy-side partners can see with confidence that we're actually a direct integration, so they know that we have the permissions in place to represent our publisher supply when our buyers access that in a programmatic way. So that's ads.txt. The second part, we have a dedicated team in-house that sits here at Unruly HQ in London. We call them Unruly Shield internally, and effectively they work tirelessly to protect both our agency partners and our publishers from any fraud entering our supply ecosystem. We were one of the first to get an independent tag verification when it comes to the practices that we undertake internally to mitigate against any fraudulent supply entering our marketplace. And we were also one of the very early members of the ABC initiative in JICWebs. So we take fraud extremely seriously at Unruly. We talk a lot in market about what we can be doing to address the marketplace, and we spend a lot of time working with our buyers, such as you guys, Simon, to make sure that what you access from us is fraud-free.
Okay, Paul, so we've talked a lot about Unruly and the current proposition. If I ask you to think about the ecosystem more broadly, what do you see happening over the next 12 months?
Good question. Listen, I could talk for ages about blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and everything that we like to talk about in the kind of ad martech sector. But I'd like to bring it down a level. I think you're going to hear a lot more in 2018 around unified yield and how publishers are going to really start to leverage ad tech to expose the true value of their inventory. Over the last several years, I think we've all firmly established, right, that header bidding is a fantastic tool for both those on the sell and the buy side. But a lot of that narrative has really been focused around what it means for a publisher's digital assets, IEB formats. I think this year we're going to start to hear a lot more around what header bidding or unified yield management actually means for their video assets and for their mobile assets. I know you're going to hear a lot more from Unruly around the outstream header bidding proposition that we've launched, so that's pretty cool, because again there's a lot of demand for all of the publishers' video assets, but we know 9 times out of 10 those assets still sit outside of the unified header auctions that they're running for their digital assets. So for me it's a little bit less blockchain and more what can we actually action today for publishers to facilitate those on the buy side getting better access to inventory that has historically only been reserved for publishers' direct sales teams.
Cool. Okay guys, that's it for me for now. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this episode of the vlog, hit subscribe on YouTube, give it a share on LinkedIn, keep your eyes peeled for future episodes of the vlogs, and I'll see you in the next one.